A report this morning says American spies captured private conversations between members of Congress and Israeli officials. It happened despite President Obama's promise to end routine eavesdropping on foreign allies. The Wall Street Journal reports the National Security Agency targeted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his advisors during the Iran nuclear talks. The Journal says White House officials believe listening to Netanyahu could help the U.S. oppose his campaign to block any deal with Iran.
A National Security Council spokesman tells CBS News, quote, "We are not going to comment on any specific alleged intelligence activities. We do not conduct any foreign intelligence surveillance activities unless there is a specific and validated national security purpose." CBS News national security analyst Juan Zarate joins us now. He was part of the NSA as a deputy national security advisor to President George W. Bush. Juan, good morning to you. You said you think that continuing to collect information on Israeli leaders is a good decision.
Absolutely, Margaret. I think we have to collect on heads of state, and certainly the Israeli prime minister is fair game in that regard. That said, the White House is going to have to answer to whether or not they engaged in intelligence collection for political purposes. The context here matters. It was during the height of the debate around the Iranian nuclear deal where the political process was central. It was in the wake of the White House having taken on ownership of determining who and at what times heads of state would be collected on for signals intelligence purposes. And it was also the White House understanding that they would get the collateral benefit of understanding the political discussions happening in Congress and certainly within the United States at the time of this collection. And so the White House is really going to have to answer for what is a very serious and important question.
One, you look at what the U.S. has recently done with releasing an American who was spying for Israel, Jonathan Pollard. You also look at these reports that Israel had bugged the very negotiating rooms and the hotels where the nuclear negotiators were staying overseas to get insight into what the U.S. was doing. So in some ways, is this just fair game, though it's an uncomfortable thing to disclose about an ally?
Absolutely fair game. And I think the big boys and girls of the intelligence world understand that they are being listened to. And I think one of the challenges of what the administration has done is to sort of unilaterally disarm in terms of collecting on certain allies and not others. It also puts the White House in an uncomfortable position of having to explain why it's decided not to collect on some leaders like Angela Merkel, while also collecting on other allies like Bibi Netanyahu.